In the world of CS2 investing, there are two titans, two all-stars that everyone always debates. Weapon cases versus sticker capsules. For years, conventional wisdom has been that holding cases is the slow, steady, and safe path to profit, but is that really true? Today, we're settling the debate. We're putting them head-to-head in a 5-year data-driven analysis to answer the ultimate question. Are cases really a better investment than stickers? To make this a fair fight, we can't just compare everything at once. Let's pick two iconic contenders from a similar era. In one corner, representing Team Case, we have the Operation Broken Fang case, released in December 2020. In the other corner, representing Team Sticker, we have the Stockholm 2021 sticker capsule. Doing a true 5-year 2020 to 2025 comparison is tough because the most hyped stickers, which were the borderless stickers, began with Stockholm in late 2021. So we're going to give the case a slight head start in age, but the Stockholm stickers represent the beginning of the modern sticker era. Okay, let's pause here. It's early 2022, and as you can see, all of our assets are in the dirt. The Broken Fang case had a starting price of around 32 cents, right after the operation ended and the initial hype died. The Stockholm capsules were even cheaper, hitting their floor of just 24 cents after the 75% off sale that flooded the market. This is the buy signal. You're getting in when the case or the capsule is its most boring and most overlooked. But what happens next is where the two strategies diverge completely. It's April 1st, 2023, CS2 was just announced and the market's in a frenzy. The Stockholm capsules have put on an Olympic level performance. The Contenders capsule, which is our orange line, has returned a staggering 2,800% in just a year and a half. The Legends capsule is right behind it with an incredible 1,600% return. This is the absolute peak of a catalyst-driven investment. If your goal was to get in, ride the hype, and get out, this is your victory lap. You turned pennies into dollars in a little over a year. But now let's look at our marathon runner, the Broken Fang case. It's also up by a lot, but nowhere near its final form. It's like it's only at mile 15 of a 26-mile race. For the sprinters, the race is over. For the case, the journey has just entered its second act. And here we are today. We've let the marathon play out. Let's look at the final results. After peaking in 2023, the capsule stagnated. The catalyst is over, but the Broken Fang case, it just kept going. It reached its peak in May of this year, delivering a return of over 4,700%. So what does this tell us? The capsules were a play on hype. Their value was unlocked by a single massive event, the launch of CS2. The Broken Fang case was a play on scarcity, a finite supply that is consistently shrinking. So the lesson is simple, right? Bet on scarcity like the Broken Fang case, or bet on a catalyst like Stockholm capsules. But this entire analysis, these success stories, beg a dangerous question. What if you bet on the catalyst and you're wrong? Or even worse, what if the catalyst happens, but everyone else has the exact same idea? This is the Paris 2023 sticker capsule. On paper, it was the perfect investment. Released in May of 2023, right in the middle of the CS2 hype, and it had the same beautiful borderless designs as Stockholm. It should have been a home run, but it was a complete failure. Why? Because the market got too smart. Everyone saw the success of Stockholm and thought they could run the same play. Investors, players, everyone bought tens of millions of these capsules during the sale, creating a supply so massive that no hype could overcome it. The lesson here is brutal, but essential. A catalyst cannot save an asset that's drowned by its own supply. Paris 2023 is almost a ghost that haunts this sprint strategy. Just because the formula worked once doesn't mean it'll work again. What does the marathon strategy look like for a case released in this new post-hype era? To answer that, let's look at the Kilowatt case. The Kilowatt case was the first weapon case of the true CS2 era. Released in February 2024, it has a huge draw, a brand new knife. So why isn't its chart going up? The Kilowatt case is in its phase of maximum supply. It's not a bad case. In fact, its contents are great, but investing in it right now is like trying to sell water during a rainstorm. The time to consider the Kilowatt case as a marathon investment is years from now, once it moves into the rare drop pool and supply finally begins to shrink. So after looking at the past, it's clear the old playbooks might be outdated. The market is smarter, and the lessons from items like Paris and Kilowatt show us we can't just repeat the past. But this begs the next question: where do we look next? The landscape is already presenting us with new, complex questions. First, the Armory Pass. Unlike old operations that had a clear end date, Valve seems to be in no rush to retire this new pass and the star-based system. This signals a potential shift in their entire philosophy. The fact is, scarcity may no longer come from the source, the pass or the case. Instead, Valve seems to be channeling scarcity through the limited edition items redeemable within the system itself. This presents a whole new set of questions for investors. Is a smart play no longer holding a case, but redeeming your stars for a specific limited edition weapon that other players might skip? When you have to choose between 3 or 4 items, will the one least chosen by the community now become the rarest and most valuable years from now? The game is shifting from betting on time to betting on player choice. And then we also have the next evolution of the sprint strategy, the Austin CS2 capsules. These capsules feature some promising new sticker designs. We know from Stockholm that a single aesthetic innovation can be the catalyst for legendary returns, but we also carry the scars of Paris. The community has a dilemma. Do we bet big on these new designs being the next big thing? Or has the fear of an overinvested, oversupplied market made everyone more cautious? The success of the Austin Capsules will be a true test of market sentiment in this new era. It's a battle between the allure of innovation and the memory of a recent failure. Ultimately, the market is more complex than ever. It's not just about cases versus stickers anymore. It's about long-running passes versus limited-time capsules. It's about scarcity created by time versus scarcity created by player choice. The old rules are being rewritten, and the future of CS2 investing will be defined by those who can best understand these new systems. We can analyze the data and lay out the facts, but in the end, only time will tell which of these new contenders is a fleeting trend and which is destined to become legendary. This is where I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on these new items and Valve's new approach? Drop your point of view in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please consider subscribing for more content like this. Thanks for watching.